the news and interviews you know and love. It's the Northwest's #1 racing podcast, the Sean in the Dirt podcast. This is Sean, and you're in the dirt.
You know, you coming in tonight to be on the front row. Did it make any difference on the pole or outside front row?
Absolutely. Made a big difference being on the pole rather than outside pole. I think, like, had Daison not run out of fuel in the pole shuffle thing, he's probably going to beat me in qualifying, and then it's just a fight from there, you know? You don't really know how the race is going to play out. It could look totally different. So, yeah, I just got a lot of good fortune tonight, and but you have to be there to take advantage of the good fortune, which we were.
Talk about those close calls. You got into one car and the wreck and then climbing the wall one time.
Yeah, no, it was, it got sketchy there in traffic. Grant kind of wrecked the crouch, had him turn sideways in front of me. I had nowhere to go and just ran over the top of him, and engine stalled midair, and when I landed, it thankfully refired. So that was good. And then, then we were catching traffic again. I made a big mistake off of 4 and climbed up the front stretch wall and thought I was going to flip, but thankfully he ripped the banner down and, you know, caused a yellow and had clean track to the end. So it worked out in my favor really multiple times tonight.
As a California guy, how much was that curve similar to like a Tulare? And do you feel like that played in your favor at all?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, I haven't, I used to run at Tulare quite a bit, like when I was younger, but most times when I would race there, it would get like that in 3 and 4. A little bit different, but similar. But anyways, I mean, it gives you confidence. And then I really think, running the shootout and getting those few laps where I did get to nail the top, it gave me a lot of confidence that the track prep would be similar. I feel like for the last handful of years, they do kind of allow it to get ramped up the wall like that, but nobody's really ran that line. And then the shootout, I kind of stumbled into it, and then was hoping the track could get that way here because I felt like I'd be really comfortable doing it. So, yeah, I was able to get comfortable. I knew Daison was probably running the same line behind me because he got comfortable doing it at the shootout as well. And, I could just make less mistakes up there.
What did you see when you kind of threw a slider on you there? What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him coming, but I knew I was going to clear him pretty easily, so I wasn't too worried. I didn't want to just see him and get nervous and throttle up too much and then just pressure myself into a mistake on exit and allow him to build another run. So just stayed calm. And, I felt like I executed good restarts. It paid off.
It's your third Chili Bowl. What does that mean compared to the other two?
Yeah, they all mean a lot, right? Like, Chili Bowl is a big, big deal, and winning that first one really kind of changed my career, I feel like, mentally helped me become stronger. It was just such a mountain to finally, break through mentally, and I feel like since then I just have a lot less nerves at these races, and it allows me to execute without making as many mistakes. So then the second one here was great because we didn't have a good car, but was able to play defense really well and just win. And then tonight the track was such a challenge just to run laps by yourself. That when you can conquer 40 laps on a track like that, it feels great too. And we were really bad early in the week as well, so I felt like we made huge improvements tonight on our race car, and that's probably what I'll remember from this one also.
You led every lap of the Knoxville Nationals. You led every lap of the Chili Bowl. How about that accomplishment?
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I don't know. It's neat. Like I like starting the pole. I feel like when you can lead more laps, you just have more confidence in your ability to make the right decisions and when to move around and stuff. So but you have to set yourself up, all week to be in that position. So. Yeah, you had to, like, if I don't win on Monday night, like, I'm probably not winning tonight, or there's a good possibility I'm not winning. So I knew how important that one position was on Monday, and thankfully I was able to go out there and get it and set myself up for tonight.
You said you weren't happy after the Race of Champions on Monday night. Then you win the feature event. That was a big turnaround, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we weren't any better. We were probably worse in the prelim main, but I feel like, we made our car a lot better from Monday to Friday with Sunshine. I thought he did a really good job last night, and that kind of gave me more confidence that we would be a little bit more competitive, but still didn't know, because I hadn't felt it myself. But when we got out there for the pole shuffle hot laps, I felt way different and much better, where I could carry more throttle with a more of a balance. So I felt like, if I could just, I was going to start on the front row, so I felt like I was going to have a good opportunity, I guess, when we got to the feature.
Paul, since Paul doesn't talk to us, how much does this mean to Paul?
Yeah, I think it probably means a lot to him because, I know he's got to be proud of himself because, it was a struggle for him this week. Not only this week, but really, in the handful of midget races that we ran. Like Tyler was terrible out west, and I had one good race, but other than that, we weren't that great. And then, this week, as he's had to do every Chili Bowl, he's had to work extremely hard and find the balance to make it better. So, he's had the car on scales multiple times this week, making changes and just trying to learn more and think. And, as he always does, he got it better. So, I felt way better tonight than I did Monday.
The gesture to the crowd when you celebrated, it was kind of like, what was that?
So, I don't know, just like, that's what I came here to do. So, I did it. See you next year.
To those who say, he's the luckiest son of a gun in this building, both incidents, does it tonight get passed in either? What is your response to being lucky?
I don't know. I don't, obviously, I caught some luck, but, maybe I ramped the wall with skill and kept it from flipping. So, but no, I don't know. It's, I've heard it my whole career that I'm lucky and all this and that, but you don't win as often as we do with luck all the time. So, you got to put yourself in position to take advantage of those lucky moments.
You're now in the ballpark of 4 and then maybe 5. How much does that mean to you to possibly go chase that down?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think about the end number. Just try to do a good job and hopefully, you can win these. So, it's great to have 3 and be tied with Bell. Probably more than anything, that's the one that I think about. So I would love to get the 4 to have something on him here in this building. But no, it's it's cool. I'm glad to have been back here this week and get to put in a full effort with our team and just happy to win.
Have you heard from Rick Hendrick since you won tonight?
No, I haven't been around my phone yet. So hopefully he was able to watch. I texted with him earlier today. He was asking, what time he or I thought it would happen. So I'm sure he was watching. He watches a lot of dirt racing on Flow.
Jeff was here. What did he say to you?
Yeah, he was pumped. So that was great to have him here as a Grand Marshal, and I'll get to thankfully he's here too, so I can travel home with him, which is nice. And he's a big dirt fan. Obviously, he's come from this is his original background, and big supporter of myself and Alex and now Corey Day. So to have him here and in person supporting us means a lot.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
This is Sean. You're in the dirt.
Races, the front stretch, the near pass, the timing of the caution, all of that.
Listen in on second place finisher at the Chili Bowl, Daison Pursley.
Timing of the caution, does it change the race if you have the lead? All of that.
It definitely changes the race, but I don't know. I think Kyle just got 2 good breaks, and throughout that race with us going through lap traffic, and then him and then continuing to go. So, you can tally that one up, and then you can tally, of course, the front straightaway. But when you have banners on the track and we're riding the wall, literally, it's bound to get ripped off. So, it's just another thing that's just doesn't happen, and sometimes it does. And just like the Race of Champions, when I ran out of fuel, I felt like it's just kind of like a new rule that somehow gets created and then maybe not even happens ever again. So it's it is what it is. This building is tough on anybody, and there's always a shoulda, coulda, woulda, and that's what makes this place so hard and so exciting to win.
In a straight up race where no cautions or whatever, what was the difference between you and Kyle?
I don't know. I feel like the track's just so tricky, and Kyle and I were probably the only ones doing that. And maybe I showed everyone too early, I guess, in the pole shuffle. But I just look back and see what I could have done differently. And unfortunately, I think the pole shuffle is kind of where it starts, where we run out of fuel and we don't have a chance to race Kyle for the pole, and then maybe if I'm leading the race early on, it looks a little bit different. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes. We didn't catch those breaks this year, and I mean, I had the opportunities to try to pounce on Kyle. He just didn't really make mistakes when I was close enough to capitalize on them. So you just one of those tracks where you run up there on the wall, you just hold on the floor, hope you get to the corner, and then when you're fast enough, you gain about a straightaway on him, and then the next corner you can go down there and mess up a little bit, and he can gain a straightaway on you. So it's just tricky to have consistent, smooth laps up there, and then you build that rhythm, and then it gets a little bit easier. And I feel like Kyle just got to build that rhythm a little bit too soon. That's why under those yellows and everything, I was trying to just slide him and put a little bit of pressure on him. And then, like I said, he gets a good run off of one corner, and he's next thing you know, he's half straightaway ahead, and you're catching up.
Kyle had a mixture of cheers and boos. It was the loudest reception, but you were second in terms of reception, and they love you in this building, and I know you feel the same way, but how special is it being able to have their support?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Anytime you get cheerful and stuff, it just brings joy and everything, and a different kind of confidence into your body language and mindset and everything. So I love this building, and it's fun to be an Oklahoma kid rolling through here, and it's fun to put on a show in front of a packed house like this. That's definitely my best Chili Bowl yet, even though last year was maybe a little bit more exciting, but for some reason I find myself passing a lot of cars, no matter if it's the pole shuffle or anything inside this place. So love this building, love the people here, and I'm excited that I can continue to come here until I win one of those dang things.
Yeah, lastly, you're a sprint car guy moving forward now, but I imagine you'll be in this building every year until you get one.
Yeah, absolutely, until I get one. I'll find a way, somehow, some way, but CBI with Chad Boat and everyone over there, their race cars are top notch right now. They're the reason I built this much confidence. They're the reason I've gotten the opportunities that I am, and it just goes to show that without Chad, I don't think I would ever be standing, and even did all the success that I had this year.
Rim riding around the track there on the big curb against the front stretch wall there. Have you seen this previously here in Tulsa?
A couple of times. Kyle during the shootout was riding it pretty hard like that and everything, and then I think I did that. I forgot what year it was, maybe 2020 Tulsa shootout, and it's just fun. Once you get a rhythm ripping around there like that, it's just fun, because like I said, you can either gain a lot or you can lose a lot all in one corner, and there's only a couple people that are willing to do that. So it's cool. It's cool chasing down Kyle and trying to capitalize on some of his mistakes, but he don't make very many of them, and when he does, you have to be close enough, and we just weren't tonight.
Different drivers, different driving styles, different race teams here, but based on tonight's race there and what you've learned there, think you can give him a rematch next time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he continues to show up, him and Christopher both, and Kyle and Ricky and all the NASCAR guys. It's Ty as well. It's just fun to see them, come out here and try to race these cars. Kyle and Christopher aren't trying to. They're pretty dang good at it. So, it's just fun. It's just fun racing against the best in the business, and to even be in striking distance with those guys is cool. It's just I want to beat those guys really bad, and I'm going to continue to study their craft and see what I can do and better mine. And guess what? This thing only comes around one time a year, so that's what makes it so special. So we'll try again here in about 363 days, I guess. So, see everyone next year.
All right, thank you, and well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Your second place finisher, Daison Pursley.
Shane, you told me on Monday you were thinking big picture, so I'm going to ask you a big picture question. You finished podium, and the other two cars, your crew chief, finished 4th and 5th, so is it a successful night?
Yeah, 100%. It's a super successful weekend for our Mountwood Racing team with NOS Energy Drink. Obviously, we want to win. We want to bring home a Golden Driller someday. Weren't able to get that done tonight, obviously, but top 3 is my best finish, running 3rd ever, so that's a success for me. And then to have 3 out of the top 5 is just something, you couldn't ask for much more than that, especially for Matt and everybody on this team. It's super special. It's definitely a year we'll never forget, and super proud of it.
Tuning all these cars all week, how much do you watch the track, and when you're racing from 9 a.m. today till then, what time do you start watching it today to start tuning your cars?
Oh, today was actually the first day we, as a team, kind of decided to sleep in. We've been here all week, every day when the building opens. We're one of the first guys in the building, and just getting everything prepped up and getting everything going. But it's a long grind of a week, and all our guys have been doing a great job and been working their tails off. So we all kind of just decided that maybe we try and get some sleep and get a fresh start to the day. So we actually didn't get here till maybe 12:30 or something. It was later. All of our cars, luckily, were racing later in the night, so we tried to prioritize a little sleep there and just get everybody refreshed, and I think that helped. It also helped that our guys have worked so hard all week just getting everything ready each day and kind of working on things and building up to being ready for Saturday, so there was a limited amount of work today. So, my guys just really stepped it up this year to help make this work. My brother wasn't here. He's usually the crew chief. We hired Rizzy last year.
Is that 2 years? 2 years that he hasn't been here?
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, this year his son Gunnar was born. Him and Sabrina just welcomed him to the world last Saturday. So he stayed home with baby Gunnar. So hopefully we did him proud. He was kind of crew chief by phone as well. He was watching every minute on flow and relaying what he's thinking, and real group effort. Well, obviously wish he was here, but it is obviously the family's first with his son, and I can't wait to meet him. I'm an uncle now on my side of the family, so I'm super excited to go meet him.
As a West Coast guy, how was that curb like in comparison to something like Tulare, and do you feel like that played in your favor at all?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We run a lot of curbs in California. It's most of our tracks get slick to a curb, and running Placerville and Tulare at times with the way it was rolled up on the wall in spots, really definitely felt like home to us. I feel like that's probably a big portion of why our team ran good. Landon and Ryan are both Tulare specialists when it really comes to running the wall and running a curb like that in Placerville and stuff. So those types of tracks fit our driving style for the most part. And our cars were good, and we were able to have a good week, and I'm just super proud of it.
What was the feeling like of racing with your two cars there at the end?
It's weird. I mean, I've helped crew chief, alongside my brother and stuff before. So, like a lot of times, sometimes in my mind, I'll say, "Oh, well, Dustin's crew chief in that one," and I just kind of can clear it out that way. But tonight it was weird. I mean, I'm like Ryan is my best friend aside from my brother. So like, you're racing your best friend. He's driving a car that you wrenched, and then you got Landon, who's a heck of a kid who just works his tail off, and I want him to succeed just as much as I want Ryan to succeed, as much as I want I to succeed. So it's like really a weird balance, and you want us all to run as good as possible, and you don't want to wreck each other, but you also like have to treat them like somebody else. So it was a very weird thing. It's kind of the first time I've felt it that weird before, and probably because it's on the biggest stage and we were running top 5. The last couple laps there, all three of us were banging wheels, and I think Ryan rode over Landon's right rear or something on the white flag lap, and I thought maybe I'm having to rebuild a car, and luckily we all kind of came back through and run top 5. So it's a super weird feeling.
Yeah, I guess the thing that everybody asks is, where did Shane come from? Because all of a sudden we looked up and you were in third at the end there.
Yeah, I knew my car was good, and for whatever reason, I've always feel like I can manage my race to where I can usually find myself towards the front by the end of a race, whether it be a 30-lap regular prelim or a 40-lap. I kind of wish it was 55. Now looking back. Because I just felt like my car was good, and I was comfortable, and maybe would have maybe had a lane change again to where the bottom came back in, or those two would have got to race in a little bit more, and you just never know what could happen with extra laps. But the more laps the better, in my opinion. I just feel like I thrive in long races.
I guess the last question I have for you is, what's your plans for the next year now, since we're in 25?
We'll see you with midgets again here next year, I think. That's about it. But sprint car wise, we got another really good schedule that we're building, and so our NOS Energy Drink 17W will be kind of all over the West Coast, running as many big races as possible, and trying to make some money.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
This is Sean. You're there. Emmett Hahn joins right now. Emmett, what did you think of this Chili Bowl?
Well, it was different than most of them. Probably had more talent in the main event than we've had in a long time. And the racetrack, it wasn't for the weak of heart. as they was introducing them boys, I said, this is going to be a war tonight.
Is that what you were saying to them?
That's exactly what I was saying.
I wonder.
And I think they all agreed.
I need to go into lip reading.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I was trying to watch and see what you say. I always try to figure out what you're saying to them.
I said, this is going to be a war. They said, yes, it is.
You talked to us on Monday about changing up things and taking off the track prep, and we saw you moved it up and you did the Parade of States early. How do you think roughly, real quick afterwards, how do you think that all worked out?
Well, I think the flag ceremony, when they was down for track maintenance, it didn't hurt anything. And then when it come time to start the real races, our opening ceremonies didn't take a lot of time.
All
so
right, well,
I was pleased with it.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for all the hospitality. This is a great time.
What do you think about making it 100 laps next year?
What do you think? 100 laps? No. This is Sean. You're in the dirt.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday, January 18th, Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by NOS Energy Drink Championship Night. We're here with our podium finishers, our winner, Kyle Larson, our second place finisher, Daison Pursley, and our third place finisher, Shane Golobic. Kyle, you had a little bit of Chili Bowl luck on your side tonight. First of all, the incident midway through the race, kind of take us through that and tell us what you saw.
Yeah, we were catching thick traffic there, and I think just them being in the back of the pack, they're a little impatient, and Grant just kind of wiped out Crouch, and he was just stopped sideways in front of me, and I just ramped kind of over the left front of his race car, and kind of just jumped him really, and it stalled midair, and then when it was getting ready to land, I was just like, please refire, and it refired. So I felt like I thought that you only get one break, not two, and then later on I got another big break. I made a mistake on the front stretch, and just kind of up on top of the wall, and they shot me off of it, and thought I was going to flip, similar to kind of how I did last year on the prelim night, but I didn't know it at the time, but it ripped the banner down. So I thought that they threw the caution for me. So, before I got back around to the other side, I was like, man, I don't know how they're going to score this, if they're going to, have me be the cause of the caution, if I'll get, penalized or anything. But I saw the banner laying there, so I was like, okay, well, that's good. Hopefully I'll keep my spot. And, it was like 5 to go, too, at that point. So I was like, well, that worked out perfect, because now we won't catch traffic. And if I just run some clean laps here, I think I can avoid, racing Daison, because I think had we not had that caution and ran green to the end, he was going to be able to be there quickly and get racing me. So that worked out, and I didn't make too big of mistakes there the last couple restarts, which was good.
How's it feel to win another one?
Yeah, it feels good. It's they're all three different. Like the first one was just a big hurdle to get over mentally. I feel like to get win in here finally, and then then the next year meant a lot because we didn't have the best car that race, but we played defense really well and was able to get the win. And then tonight, just the track was challenging to make a lap by yourself. So when you can win a 40-lap race on a track that challenging, it's pretty cool.
Well, Daison, you had you had a little bit of momentum during the pole shuffle this evening. This evening got you to third. Were you able to take some of that into the main event? And then, did you ever feel like you were going to have a shot at it there at the end of the race?
Yeah, I think during the pole shuffle, it kind of helped everyone, I guess. run the right line, but I kind of just found out on accident too. So just kind of worked out in my favor. And then unfortunately, like when you get Kyle the front row, he's going to be hard to beat. So didn't get a shot at it because unfortunately we ran out of fuel. And then we just tried to pace Kyle as much as I could for 40 laps. And just a technical track where you feel like you can make one good corner and you suck up to him, and then you make one bad corner and he gets away again. So Kyle had some Chili Bowl luck, and we ran second all week. So it is what it is. Nothing to hang our heads about, but come back next year.
Is it a little bit frustrating, considering the kind of week you've had?
I would say so, just because I want to win really bad. It's unfortunate, but like I said, Kyle's been coming here for a long time, and it took him a while to get the first one, so hopefully it doesn't take me that long. But we'll just keep coming back. I've driven great cars here inside the building, so it makes my job a little bit easier, and then Yeah, to race against Shane and Kyle here is nothing to hang our heads about, but as a race car driver, you always want to do a little bit better.
Considering your journey that you've had over the last couple of years, what does it mean to finish on the podium at the Chili Bowl?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, coming here since I was little and stuff, of just watching, and then you know, being able to finally compete in it, and then let alone run good. So, like I said, just been in really good cars inside this building, and just was able to just, you know, watch Kyle and Christopher and Logan even, and just you know, try to study their craft. And I feel like that's what kind of just makes a good race car driver, is when you put the time in. And I feel like it's just the moment where we're putting the time in and trying to chase the good people.
Shane, you came to life a little bit late. Would you have preferred 55?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously the way it worked out, yeah, as many laps as possible would have been great for me. Yeah.
But just tell us about your car tonight, and you know, how confident were you in it?
Yeah, honestly, before the feature started, I wasn't sure how confident I should be. Our other two cars didn't look great in the C and B, and the way the track was looking, it was going to be a real technical, hard to run curve, and kind of thought it was going to be pretty cutthroat kind of racing out there, and running really, really hard. And that's not necessarily always my driving style, but my car was pretty comfortable there. And I was able to actually hustle it pretty well, comfortably, and kind of run anywhere and kind of just pick my way through. And towards the end there, I kind of got the bottom going on restarts, and was able to get across and get back up and going when I needed to, when I felt like the bottom would stall out. So yeah, my Matt Wood cars were really good all week, and it's really cool to have 3 of the top 5. Something we're definitely proud of. It's definitely very weird racing against cars that you're crew chief, and it's like you kind of want to reach out and detune their stuff and get by. But no, really happy for Landon. He was doing a great job. He just was just able to get by him there late, and I think Ryan was able to too. And I think all 3 of us were banging wheels there the last few laps. So it was pretty cool for Matt. Pretty cool for Daison Energy Drink. Everybody who's on this team. Very, very proud of this week for sure.
And with that, we will open it up for questions. Go ahead.
For Kyle, it seemed like, you know, you said luck was on your side tonight, but I feel like it may have started last night with that pill draw for pole shuffle. How pivotal was that number 1 pill in being able to go last and have that shot at the pole that ultimately you never gave up?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't, you know, as bad as I qualified in the Race of Champions, I knew my best shot to win was to draw the 1 or 2, because it would guarantee me the front 2 rows, and then. So yeah, I mean, obviously drawing the 1, I was very happy, and knew that I wouldn't start any worse than 2nd. And then yeah, I mean, when Daison ran out of fuel, I didn't realize that's what happened while I was in the infield. But when I saw that, you know, he wasn't still running when I pushed off, I was like, well, that's great. Now I might have a shot at the pole. So. So yeah, just a lot went my way, you know, I guess last time with the co-draw, and then especially tonight.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Kyle, how stressful is it to lead on that side of the track? Just because you make one mistake, those guys can be right all over you.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, like, I feel like when you can run above the cushion like that, you make less mistakes. So I was happy that, you know, the track was the way it was, because when this place, you know, gets slick and it's flat and you're like sliding off the throttle to the curb, like it's just so hard to run good laps. So yeah, I actually felt very comfortable running the line that I was running, and felt like I was going to make less mistakes with the track being that way.
Daison, do you think you had a shot at him before you rode the wall there?
I mean, definitely I think the restart with 2 to go, when I kind of rode the wall a little too much, I kind of felt like I got greedy with it, and then I felt like he kind of got away too big for me to even try to pounce on anything. But when we had the last yellow, I felt like I kind of got off of 2 really good, even though I kind of ran slider line. I felt like I still got off of 2 where I could try to clear him into 3, and then I did, and it just you know, gave him a little bit too much room to squeak by me. And then after that, I'm just trying to catch him and run as hard as I can. And felt like when you're running at that pace and that hard, I feel like it's you know, you're going to make a mistake, and it was just a matter of time when I did it. And unfortunately, I did it with coming to the white there.
Daison, if it would have stayed green when you guys got to lap traffic, did you have any idea on how you would set Kyle up to maybe make a pass, or do you think you were just gonna
wing it and see what happens?
I mean, just kind of winging it there, and just when we first initially got in lap traffic, Kyle was trying to make the bottom work, and I felt like that's where I was kind of making my runs, just hoping he would go back to the bottom and then maybe try to circle him, or when he's trying to get back to the top, I would try to throw a slider there. But just anytime you get to lap traffic, I feel like you're just going where the leader's not and trying just to clear him any way you can.